I saw the news that the WNBA players had authorized a strike when necessary. So just to get you guys up to speed there, 93% of the players participated in the vote. So 93% of players in the WNBA. And how many is that? Could we do the math? I believe that there's 166 WNBA players times 0.93. Is that right? So 154 players voted and 3 players. So only 3 players voted no to the authorization of a strike, which means the rest of the players said, if things start getting crazy, go ahead, you guys. You guys can call a strike and we'll just see where things go.
That's not a random poll. That's the WNBA Players Association vote to authorize a strike.
They call me Logo Reese. Dang it. It's okay. I still go hard in the paint. Wide open, lady. Rebound. Y'all gonna pay us like y'all owe us. Y'all owe me 50 million. Oh, shit. 40. Uh-oh, rebound. I take 10 million. Thanks. I want that Kyrie money because I got Kyrie handles. The fuck? She hollow. I heard y'all talking about going on strike if y'all don't get more money. I mean, yeah, if they don't pay us, we sitting. What was the WNBA profit last year? 0? Exactly. Come on, girl. He ain't worth it. But that has nothing to do with it. How dare you? Hey, chill. Hey, Kate. Hey. It's just rude.
Y'all only play 40 games.
Grow up. Come here. Come here. Come here. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. I'm gonna call the league on you. What's up, Karen? I mean, Caitlin? You do know that if we were to sit out, you won't be reffing any games, so you'll be basically unemployed. I don't give a fuck. You feel good about yourself? Hey, I tell you what, you're the only one that could demand higher pay. But we want equal pay. But do you got equal profit? I'm gonna get you fired.
Meaning the players just gave themselves permission to shut the league down if negotiations collapse. No games, no playoffs, no momentum, just silence. 98% is also the kind of number that makes you think the league is united. But here's the part nobody can stop staring at. 3 players voted no. 3.
And that's why this year's CBA is so very important. But I do wonder, with these 3 players that voted against the strike, if I were to guess, I would say that these 3 players were probably players who aren't big time players. Because if a strike or a lockout happens, it's going to hurt those middle tier and lower tier players more than it's going to hurt any of the stars. And any of the players who already have deals to play in Unrivaled, already have deals to play in Project B.
And it's not just the no votes. Some players reportedly didn't vote at all. That matters, because when you're about to threaten a shutdown, every missing vote is a crack in the wall. So now the internet is asking the question that changes everything. Was Caitlin Clark one of them? I can't confirm who voted what. The vote is private. But the reason people think it could be her is the real story.
And it looked like Caitlin Clark is in some serious hot water with WNBA players over this alleged not voting for this strike. Now, we've been thoroughly tracking this whole situation with WNBA owners and the CBA negotiation. News has been coming out every single day for the last 72 hours depicting a strike and a lockout is coming near the future. Now, they had 48 hours still to come up with a decision. I believe today could be the day where we find out what ultimately is going to happen, but there is growing concerns about Caitlin Clark being the person that held out on the lockout.
Because while the league is talking about pulling the plug, Caitlin Clark is basically the only person on record saying, maybe we should not kill the season. Rewind to Team USA camp. Caitlin gets asked about what players want, and she says it plain. Yes, we need to fight for things we want, but ultimately we need to compromise. We need to compromise, and we need to play basketball. Compromise. Play basketball. Now, smash cut to the strike vote.
And many people believe one of the 3 players that said no was Caitlin Clark, due to what Caitlin Clark said when she got interviewed at Team USA camp, where she said, yes, we need to fight for things we want, but ultimately, we need to compromise. We need to compromise, and we need to play basketball. That is what Caitlin Clark said. We need to play in some damn games, and we need the 2026 WNBA season to happen. That is what the fans want. That is what the people want. And that is how we make the money. We need to be playing basketball.
98% say we're ready to stop playing. Now let's be clear. Strike authorization is not the same as a strike, not yet. It's the button under the glass. And once you point at that button, you don't just scare owners, you scare fans. Here's the twist that makes this whole story feel unreal. While this labor fight is happening, Caitlyn's name is still moving product in what should be the quietest part of the year. An $85 Caitlyn Clark card box, sold out at Target. Mainstream sports guys debating whether to even open the box, because a sealed box might end up worth more. Think about that. A WNBA product being treated like an investment. And the way this was packaged wasn't normal either. The collection is loaded with Caitlyn content. Tons of Clark cards, lifestyle shots, autographs, rare inserts. Basically, the superstar treatment you usually only see when a sport has a clear engine driving attention. During the off-season. So while players are threatening to cancel a season, the loudest mainstream buzz is still, Caitlyn Clark sold out again. And that's where the strike conversation gets uncomfortable, because it exposes a truth the league is scared of. Momentum is fragile, and right now, the momentum has a face. Even players are saying the quiet part out loud. One player basically said, if you argue the WNBA would be where it is right now without Caitlyn Clark, you're not paying attention. That's not a fan. That's a player. Now let's get specific, because the numbers are where this turns dangerous. According to the reporting around these talks, the league has floated major changes. Big salary jumps. Max salaries potentially going from around $250,000 to over $1.3 million. Average salaries potentially from around $120,000 to over $500,000. Minimum salaries potentially from around $66,000 to over $250,000 in year one. That is a massive move. But the union wants more. A bigger cut of revenue, bigger shares, stronger guarantees. And now it turns into a street fight. Because the owner's side reportedly said the union's public characterization of the proposal is dishonest. Owners calling players dishonest. Players threatening a strike. While the league is finally trending. That's not business as usual. That's a pressure cooker. And when a league is in a pressure cooker, you get two kinds of people. You get people who want to blow the lid off. And you get people who quietly think if we blow the lid off right now, we might never get it back on. That second type is why everyone keeps circling Caitlyn Clark. Not because anyone has proof she voted no, but because her public message is the opposite of a shutdown. Her message is compromise. Her message is play. And she understands leverage differently. Leverage isn't just votes. Leverage is attention. Leverage is who drives viewership. Leverage is who sells out products in December. Leverage is who keeps casual fans coming back. Because casual fans don't stick around during labor wars. They leave. And many never come back. That's not theory. That's history. Strikes in other leagues didn't just pause seasons. They broke habits. And the WNBA cannot afford to break the habit right now. It just got the habit. So here's the question no one wants to ask out loud. Does the union actually have more leverage than the owners? Because owners can wait. Many are billionaires. Many also own NBA teams. Many have funded this league through the years. Players can't wait the same way. This is their window. This is the first time the league has felt like it's about to go mainstream. Therefore, the strike threat is nuclear. But nuclear only works if the other side is terrified to lose what you're threatening. And the one thing the league cannot afford to lose is momentum. Now back to the 3 no votes. Even if Caitlyn wasn't one of them, the reason people believe she could be is simple. She already said the thing everyone else refuses to say. Compromise. Play basketball. Keep the machine running. Because if the machine stops, the next TV deal doesn't get stronger. Sponsors don't increase spend. New fans don't deepen their loyalty. And the union could win a negotiation while losing the audience. The next big date being talked about is January 9th. Less than 3 weeks can decide the next 3 years. That date isn't just a calendar item, it's a test. A test of whether the WNBA values its future more than its pride. So here's what I'm watching. If the strike headline stays alive, fans hear uncertainty. If the owners keep calling the union dishonest, fans hear war. And if Caitlyn stays silent, people keep projecting their own story onto her. which means the tension is not going down, it's going up. One side is going to blink, and when they do, we'll find out who actually understood what was at stake. If you're still watching, drop Jan 9 in the comments.
And Caitlin Clark destroys in day 2 of Team USA camp, looking like the best player in the world as usual.
Caitlin Clark just destroyed Team USA practice, and Angel Reese was right there for it. This was not a cute welcome back run. This was a statement, the kind that makes coaches stop talking and makes every newcomer realize the standard just changed. And it came after months of questions, not just about Team USA, about her body, about her health, about whether that rough stop-start season was going to follow her. Clark admitted being hurt can feel isolating and that the injuries kept stacking up. She said she felt nervous walking into camp, but the second she touched the ball in warm-ups, she felt comfortable again.
I mean, honestly, I feel like when I touched the basketball to start warming up before the practice even started, that's probably when I felt pretty comfortable. But I mean, I've worked so hard. Like, I haven't taken a break since, honestly, since the beginning of the WNBA season, with just all my rehab and getting back to where I wanted to be and then getting even better. So that's been kind of my focus. And, this has kind of been my next thing that I've been working for since our season ended, and just really thankful for, the training staff and player development and everybody that has kind of been there with me. They haven't taken a break either because they invest a lot of time and they want me to be successful. So I think for myself, like it's not proving it to yourself again, but it's just that feeling. And I think it just made me smile quite a bit. Like I really did kind of feel like myself out there and just continuing to get my lungs back. But I felt like I was moving really well. So it was pretty satisfying.
Then practice started and Team USA got the version of Caitlin Clark that plays fast on purpose, not rushed, fast. Coach Kara Lawson described it with one simple line. She said Clark looked good on both ends.
She's great,
Yeah.
Got a great personality, works hard in the practices, wants to be good, coachable, just all of the things you would expect from a good young player.
But that sentence does not capture what happened. Everyone was watching her first steps. They wanted to see if the burst was there. They wanted to see if the rust showed. And instead, she looked like she never left. One clip says everything. Clark comes off a dribble handoff from Aaliyah Boston and turns the corner like someone hit fast forward. She is downhill before the defense can even load up. Help comes, and she fires a perfect pass right to Jackie Young. That is what makes her dangerous. It is not just the logo threes, it is the tempo, the intent, the way she forces you to play her game at her pace, whether you want to or not. And Sue Bird was right there watching it. Bird is the managing director in this camp. Therefore, when she is visibly excited, that is information.
She's a hard worker because of what she's been able to accomplish, but until you see that there's no wasted, movements, no wasted reps, no wasted anything, you just have such a level of respect for how she goes about her work every day. And understanding the spotlight that she's on, understanding the weight that she carries because of who she is. And I've said this before, like she's literally like Taylor Swift 2.0.
Reports out of camp said Bird could not hide it, while Clark pushed tempo, hit knockdown threes, and built chemistry with Boston that looked like a starting unit. That chemistry is the sneaky part. You could see it in the little stuff, the timing on cuts, the way Boston screens and slips because she trusts the pass will arrive on time. The way Clark rewards movement, other players start sprinting lanes because they know she will find them. Then, the practice footage hit the internet, and it got louder. There is a clip where Clark throws a behind-the-back pass, sees Nate Tibbetts coming to set a screen, splits it clean, and gets all the way to the rim. No hesitation. Then, the sequence that made everyone replay it. Kelsey Plum comes off the screen, kicks it out, and Clark drills the three. Next possession, Clark is up the floor, another three. Then she comes off another screen, and it is another three. 3 quick decisions. 3 shots that say, I am not here to ease into anything. And it is not just scoring. This camp is built on roles, on trust, on who can run the team when the game gets tight. In the clips, you see Clark defending, moving well, and making the right pass before the defense even realizes it rotated. That is why the reaction was so intense. Because it was not loud, it was calm, it looked like command. And when one player looks like that, it changes what everyone else is fighting for. Which brings us to Angel Reese. Reese has real value. She rebounds, she brings physicality, she competes, she can help any team if she is used correctly. But this camp is a pressure cooker because the vibe is tempo and spacing. Quick decisions, guard play that bends the floor, bigs that screen, sprint, and finish. Therefore, when Clark is running the show, everything gets measured against whether it fits that style. The chatter from camp has been blunt. Reports said Clark outclassed the other newcomers, including Reese. They said the staff looked more impressed with Clark's team first impact than with individual flashes. That does not mean Reese is bad. It means the margin is smaller than people want to admit. There are only so many spots. There are only so many touches. And if you are a newcomer, you do not get the benefit of time. You get moments. One quote from the camp coverage hit hard. It said Reese emphasized players were selected based on their ability to contribute to the team. That is true. But in the same breath, the conversation turned into fit. Can Reese's game thrive when the ball is flying and the pace is extreme? Can she stay on the floor if the lineup needs spacing? Can she dominate in a role that is not built around her? That is the tension. Because Caitlin Clark does not just score. She speeds up the whole roster. If you are late, you get left. If you do not cut hard, you do not get rewarded. But here is the twist most people are missing. This camp is not only about players, it is also about coaches. Sue Bird clarified that the court coaches are provisional, and that final assistant roles get confirmed closer to the World Cup. In other words, people on the bench are auditioning too. So the real question is not only is Caitlin back, it is who is building the system? Are they optimizing Clark's pace and vision, or trying to fit her into a preset plan? After what we just saw, the answer feels obvious. If Caitlin Clark is healthy, you let her run it. You let her push tempo. You let her make everyone better. So now, Team USA has a choice. They can embrace what is obvious and build around Clark's game. Or they can try to manage it and squeeze her into a box that never fit her in the first place. And the next scrimmage is going to expose which path they are taking. Watch the rotations. Watch who closes. Watch who gets the ball when the possession actually matters. Because if Caitlin Clark keeps playing like this, it is not just Angel Reese who will feel shocked. It is the entire hierarchy. If you are still watching, comment Team USA Tempo.